Welcome to SmackDown Live, everybody. Hope you guys are having a great day. We are back with another episode of Universe Mode. We are a couple days away from following Survivor Series. We are going to get into tonight's episode of SmackDown Grand Rapids, Michigan. Let's do this. Alright guys, so we are starting off this episode of SmackDown Live with the Intercontinental Champion Bray Wyatt. If you guys remember, in part 2 of Survivor Series, during the pay-per-view, Samoa Joe and Bray Wyatt were going at it. US Champ versus IC Champ. It was a few minutes or so into their matchup, which was much anticipated, that all of a sudden, like as Bray Wyatt was just getting momentum, Braun Strowman's music hits, distracts the IC Champ, and basically cost Bray Wyatt the win over Samoa Joe. Again, following the distraction, Samoa Joe locked in his submission maneuver, the Coquina Clutch, and made Bray Wyatt tap out. So we're going to see what the Eater Worlds has to say about what happened at Survivor Series. It doesn't look too happy, so this may not be too good for Braun Strowman or for SmackDown Live in general, but we're going to see what he says now. Braun, over the last few weeks, I feel as though you have betrayed me. As though you have betrayed the Wyatt family as a whole. When I successfully defended my IC title, you came on into this ring looking for a handshake during my moment. I find that disrespectful. And then, 2 nights ago at Survivor Series, when I was going to defeat the United States Champion, Samoa Joe, you decided to supposedly distract me, and that threw me off my game and resulted in me having to tap out to the Destroyer. I don't know if that distraction was for me or for Joe, but either way, Braun, you're on very thin ice as of right now. Therefore, before I do anything too drastic, you must prove yourself to me. Prove your loyalty to the Eater of Worlds. That you are still part of the Wyatt family. That you are still one of my men. If not, you will end up regretting every decision you've been making over the last couple weeks. Like, Braun is definitely in some trouble. Bray Wyatt is fuming here. I will speak to you backstage later on tonight. I want you to do something and prove that I can still trust you, that you have my back, that you aren't trying to destroy the Wyatt family from the inside. Again, I will speak to you later, but don't forget that I will not tolerate any sort of betrayal, whether it's accidental or intentional. Alright, Bray Wyatt, the Eater Worlds, really mad at Braun Strowman, so we're going to see how that plays out, I guess, during the next couple weeks or days or whatever, but we're going to move on to the rest of the show. Okay guys, first matchup of the evening, on his way to the ring first, the Lone Wolf, Baron Corbin. Again, if you guys go back to Survivor Series, he was in the first matchup on the card and basically forced his way into the tough task of defeating the Rattlesnake Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I guess Austin's punishment match via Mr. McMahon. And it was a great matchup between the Lone Wolf and the Rattlesnake. Baron Corbin came out on top in a bit of surprising fashion. Again, not taking anything away from Corbin, but he did manage to defeat a Hall of Famer and legend in Stone Cold Steve Austin. Not even using his end of days finisher too, just a deep 6. Later on in the match was able to put the Hall of Famer away. So Corbin definitely with a lot of momentum. He could definitely probably still celebrate too. He has a matchup, of course, here momentarily. Corbin, one of the most confident and probably arrogant superstars we have here on SmackDown Live. So we're going to see who his opponent tonight is in a second. Crowd into this matchup. Looking forward to see what Corbin can do tonight. And his opponent tonight will be the Perfect 10, Ty Dillinger. Butchering names already there, but Ty Dillinger versus Baron Corbin, tonight's first matchup. Dillinger, of course, a fan favorite here amongst the WWE Universe. Dillinger versus Corbin. If Ty can somehow knock off the Lone Wolf, especially since he's off the heels of that great matchup with Stone Cold Steve Austin, that could do wonders for Ty Dillinger. Maybe put himself into in contention for a championship here on SmackDown Live. And I guess same thing for Corbin too. Both of these guys have been doing well the few times that we've been seeing them over the past month or so. So then maybe either or both of them could earn a championship opportunity depending on how well they do in this matchup. So we have the Lone Wolf versus the Perfect 10. And just as a little note for the main event, it will be a tag team matchup to determine new #1 contenders for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships, currently held by the Wyatt family's own Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, of course. Again, Corbin going right after Dillinger, just picks him up and tosses him down, followed by a vicious right hand there by the Lone Wolf. Ty Dillinger in trouble early. Again, another Survivor Series highlight was that tag team matchup. Raw Tag Team Champions, the Hardy Boys, taking on SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions, the Wyatt family. Both teams put up a fight, but the Wyatt family came out on top. I believe that was the second point for SmackDown Live, putting them up 2-0 against Monday Night Raw. And again, as we mentioned in the episode of Monday Night Raw yesterday, Raw, of course, came out on top thanks to the help of a reuniting force in the Shield and a returning Dean Ambrose. They were able to defeat SmackDown Live's Balor Club and Team SmackDown as well. That's all one thing, of course. The final three in the matchup for Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion Seth Rollins, and WWE Champion Finn Balor. So we're not even actually quite sure if Finn Balor's even here tonight. I guess we'll be potentially finding that out as the show goes on. Baron Corbin still in control of Ty Dillinger. Big form right to the lower back. Corbin taunting his downed opponent, picks Dillinger right back up again on his shoulders. Hits the Samoan drop. Dillinger still in a lot of trouble trying to crawl to the ropes. And Corbin going after the lower back. Picks up Dillinger, carries him across the ring, off the turnbuckle, into a running power slam. And Corbin must have picked up on a weak spot in Ty Dillinger's defense there, targeting the lower back again, as we've been mentioning so far throughout this matchup. But as we usually do, if there's any point in this episode, a specific spot, specific superstar, anything like that that you guys enjoy, be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts on the episode below. If there is a poll above, participate in that and also share your thoughts on that too. Dillinger with the cover, Corbin out by the count of one. Big right hand and a deep six, the move that put Stone Cold Steve Austin away at Survivor Series. Dillinger rolls out. Corbin grabs him though up against the ropes. It's Corbin going for just dropping a knee right on the face of the Perfect 10, setting Dillinger up for the end of days. and he connects, planting Dillinger into the cover. 1, 2, 3, and Baron Corbin picks up a relatively simple victory over Ty Dillinger, continuing his momentum. And I believe he's going to possibly earn himself a championship opportunity. 2 consecutive big victories. Corbin about to leave the ring, has second thoughts. It's not going to be any better for Ty Dillinger, and just continuing the onslaught of stomps to the arm of Ty Dillinger. The referee trying to break it up, but Corbin victorious and move on to tonight's main event. Okay guys, we were just about to get ready to the main event, but one of our cameramen backstage was looking for someone to interview, but ended up catching footage of Braun Strowman viciously attacking the WWE Champion Finn Balor. These guys are just brawling backstage. Braun Strowman, I guess, using Finn Balor as an example, proving his worth to the Intercontinental Champion Bray Wyatt. Codebreaker there by Finn Balor, finally getting a chance to fight back. Picks up the monster among men. Tosses him up the hallway. There is an interview with Renee Young going backstage. I don't think they realize what's happening. Drop kick to Braun. That right hand did absolutely nothing to Strowman. Again, Finn Balor, we weren't even really sure if he was here, as we mentioned a little while ago, but apparently he is, and he's probably regrets being here tonight, or at least in this area. I don't know if this is specifically what Bray told him to do, or if Braun's doing his own thing, trying to prove his worth to Bray Wyatt. Again, Finn Balor starting to fight back. Big clothesline takes the WWE Champion down. What's this? Braun Strowman going into the office of Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. There's Triple H in the background. Doesn't seem fazed by the monster among men. Strowman picks up a chair, and as soon as Finn Balor walks through the door, he just attacks him with the chair. Finn Balor in a lot of trouble. The rest of the Balor Club nowhere to be found. Braun Strowman, I guess, I would assume he's mad at what Bray Wyatt was saying about him too. Whether that's his intentions or not is yet to be seen, but Braun Strowman definitely sending a message to the WWE Champion, completely destroying Finn Balor. We've never seen Balor in this predicament before. Big boot right to the face. Finn Balor in tons of trouble. Big uppercut again. Braun Strowman just dismantling Balor up against that table now. Balor with a reversal, rolling forearm, completely missed, running STO by Braun Strowman. This is a complete mugging and all-out assault, as you see Triple H right there just watching it happen. Finn Balor grabbing Braun Strowman, gets out of it, elbows to the midsection. Snapped out of it there. Balor blocks the kick. Strowman up against Triple H's desk, slammed him face first. Oh, backstabber right to Strowman, takes the big man down. Balor again getting some offense in. Big forearm from Braun. Again, those big clubbing blows can knock anybody out. Back out into the hallway this brawl goes. Braun Strowman not letting that stun him for too long, dragging him up the hallway even further. Strowman gets out of it once again. These guys just destroying each other, not really Balor destroying Strowman. He's getting some offense and hits him with the DDT. And the element of surprise was on Strowman's side, but now Finn Balor starting to have a bit of a comeback, tosses him into a production box. Again, another reversal there by Strowman. Big right hand. Braun Strowman just knocks out the WWE Champion. Alright guys, we just saw that vicious assault on the WWE Champion Finn Balor. You can't help but not feel bad for him, as two members of the Balor Club who were in a different part of the backstage area, I guess, unaware of the attack by Braun Strowman, on their way to the ring, getting ready for this #1 Contenders Tag Team contest. I don't even think, they don't seem to know of the attack quite yet. That did just happen moments ago. Braun Strowman just demolished Finn Balor, lack of a better term there. Still got to sort that stuff out. Not quite sure if that was orders of Bray Wyatt or not, but that's despicable action on the behalf of the monster among men, Braun Strowman. We have Gallows and Anderson of the Balor Club out here in tag team action, of course, and it was reported following Survivor Series that Gallows suffered a minor injury during that main event, but he is cleared to compete. Had a day rest and was getting some treatment earlier. As superstars were arriving to the arena, they will be facing off against the Swiss Superman Cesaro, who still, come to think of it, has a rematch against Finn Balor that I think he could probably use soon. Wasn't able to use it at Survivor Series, of course, but we're going to see if any backstage interviewers or backstage personnel were able to catch up with Cesaro to ask him if he's going to use that rematch at the upcoming pay-per-view TLC, SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view, of course. So Swiss Superman Cesaro out first, and his partner, of course, will be Sami Zayn. They've been having a sort of alliance over the past month or so. They both, of course, have issues with Finn Balor and the rest of the Balor Club. So we're going to give these two guys a chance at some tag team gold as well. So if they're able to pick up this victory tonight over Gallows and Anderson, then they will face Luke Harper and Eric Rowan of the Wyatt family at TLC for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. And again, once we get that confirmed, we're looking to find Renee Young or somebody backstage as we speak, see if they have any news on Cesaro using his rematch at TLC as well. If that is the case, though, then Cesaro will be pulling double duty. Will be tagging with Sami Zayn against the Wyatt family, of course, and then we'll have his championship rematch against Finn Balor for the WWE Championship. So all four men in the ring now. Carl Anderson starting things off, Cesaro starting things off for his team. Let's get this main event underway. Headlock by Anderson right away. Cesaro gets out of it, takes Anderson down. A big boot takes him back down once again. Cesaro fired up. Big jawbreaker to Anderson. Big uppercut. Picks up Cesaro. Driving the knee right into the back of the neck. Anderson with the momentum now. Running powerbomb to Cesaro, in trouble. Cesaro gets to his feet, reverses that, takes Anderson out with the clothesline over the top rope. And a cameraman backstage did indeed find Renee Young and just asked her, and she did say that Cesaro will be using his rematch clause at TLC. So we know the Swiss Superman will have at least one match at TLC. This one for the WWE Championship. Gallows looking for a tag. Cesaro fired up a little bit more than usual, and you could definitely see why. Getting his rematch against Finn Balor for the title that he's been fighting for over the past 4 or 5 months at this point. Originally against The Undertaker. Sami Zayn out onto the apron. Gallows now the legal man. Sami springboard maneuver just overshoots Gallows. I don't know how you miss a target as big as Gallows. Once again, we mentioned at the start of this matchup, Gallows is competing with a minor injury. He is cleared to compete though, so he's probably not going to be able to, or not going to be doing too much in this matchup. Inverted DDT to Sami Zayn. Drops the elbow. It is an undisclosed injury. Nobody has, at least Sidewalk Slam there, has announced what these minor injuries or injury is that Gallows is suffering. Gallows up to the second rope. Cesaro trying to run interference. Sami Zayn stands up but stunned. Gallows distracted by Cesaro, takes him off the apron, hit with the drop kick by Sami Zayn. And a lot on the line for these two teams. Clothesline into the corner. Big boot by Sami there. Gallows in some trouble. Big forearm there by Gallows. Just tosses Sami Zayn halfway across the ring like a ragdoll. Cesaro looking for the tag. Another elbow drop by Gallows. Targeting that lower back. It's been the target of the episode there. Corbin doing that to Ty Dillinger early on in the show. Sami Zayn with a much needed reversal inverted DDT to Gallows. Now's his chance to tag Cesaro back in, and he does. Gallows now the one that needs to make a tag. Cesaro throws him into the corner. Carl Anderson gets a cheap shot on Cesaro. Stuns him for a bit. That gives Gallows some time to at least try to get to his corner. Cesaro snaps out of it. Again, vicious European uppercut, and a second one takes Gallows down. Big right hands kicked in the midsection, blocked by Gallows. Belly to belly suplex takes down Cesaro quickly and effectively. Count of 1, 2, and Cesaro kicks out. Sami Zayn looking for the tag. Anderson now the legal man for his team. Oh, an elbow right to the face, hits the drop kick. Cesaro picks him up. Clothesline, no. Going for the pop-up uppercut, but Anderson gets out of it. Cesaro downs him with a drop kick. And all four men want a shot at the Wyatt family and a chance to become SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions. Gallows and Anderson have yet to have a shot at the title since coming over to SmackDown Live several months ago during the Superstar Shakeup. Cesaro makes the tag to Sami Zayn. Double team maneuver incoming. Launching Anderson face first into the top turnbuckle. Sidesteps Zayn's drop kick. Picks him back up. What's Anderson going for? Oh, pile driver there. Looked like he was going to go for something else at first. Blue Thunder bomb incoming. No, Anderson. Nice backflip. Gets out of it. Backdrop suplex to Sami Zayn. Picking up Zayn. What's he going for? Hits the Canadian Destroyer there into the pin. 1, and Cesaro gets in to break it up just as Sami Zayn kicks out. Anderson continuing the offense. Big right hand to the side of the head. Sami Zayn in trouble. And Gallows now the legal man. Sami Zayn makes the tag to Cesaro right after the big man of the Balor Club. Picks him up, pop-up uppercut, the strength of the Swiss Superman just launching Luke Gallows into the air. It hits the uppercut, setting him up for the sharpshooter. Anderson onto the apron, Gallows holding on for dear life. Can Cesaro make him tap? Just wrenching on the legs and the knees, a lot of pressure on the torso as well. Cesaro lets him out. The damage has been done, though. Cesaro launched over the top rope. Gallows with an opening. Gets out from the bottom rope there. Picks up Cesaro. Gets tossed back in. Not what he was looking for. Sami Zayn still out on the outside of the ring in front of the announce table. Big uppercut there by Gallows. Picking up Cesaro with the choke slam. That might just be it. Sami Zayn back out onto the apron. Into the corner. Makes the tag. Oh, just double foot stomp by Anderson. Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker to Sami Zayn. Cesaro in trouble now. 1, 2, 3, and the Balor Club pick up the victory. They are now the #1 contenders for the Wyatt family's tag team championships. Cesaro and Sami Zayn put up a fight with the Balor Club, not even knowing what happened to their leader earlier tonight. Pick up a tremendous victory. Big clothesline there in that highlight replay. Then the double team by Cesaro and Sami Zayn. Oh, just drops him on the chest there. All 4 men put it all out there. The Balor Club come out on top once they get backstage. They're going to be finding out what happened to Finn Balor, but that's going to wrap up things here from SmackDown Live. If you guys enjoyed this episode, leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff, and we'll see everybody next time.